talking about another sort of gladiator, you sparred with Cordina, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you went to Saudi, didn't you, and sparred with Cordina. So,
Yeah.
I mean, someone of that level, he's coming on the show soon, so we'll ask about you. But what's that like, sparring with Joe Cordina in the ring?
Oh, it's brilliant. I started sparring him to start with a couple of years ago now, maybe. And I was getting caught with every single shot that he threw, and every single shot that I threw wasn't landing, whether it was being deflected from the gloves or he was moving his head. And it was really humbling experience because I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to boxing at that sort of caliber. And as we progress, he's given me the opportunity to spar more and more rounds with him. And now I feel like I've gotten to the decent standard where he can benefit from the spars as such as well. Listen, I'm under no illusion at all that he can butter me whenever he wanted to.
Yeah.
But going out and being able to do the rounds with Cordina and being able to help out, and him helping me more especially in this sort of circumstance, I'm forever grateful for it. Listen, I see Joe as a good mentor as well, as a good friend as well. I take a lot from him. I take a lot of pages out of his books, and I like the champion that he is. Listen, he's not one of these people who's going to brag or try to play up to this false demeanour all over the internet. He's himself, and I think that's what I admire the most about Joe.
Yeah. Did you learn a lot from him when you went out there to see the professionalism from the camp?
Absolutely. Outside of the sparring sort of environment, it was just the lifestyle you got to live. You're living away for a whole month, away from your loved ones, away from your family, away from your friends. That social aspect is a big hole to fill.
Yeah.
And when you're out there, it's quite mentally draining. But obviously, with a good team around us, and around Joe especially, he was able to push through that, and he had a good camp. He had a very good camp, and it opens your eyes to that sort of elite level of fighting. It shows you the sacrifices you do need to make. I've always said in the sport, I've never in my life said that I've made any sacrifices. Anything that I've potentially given up for boxing, I never enjoyed anyway. Like that social life, I wasn't a party goer.
No.
I like the sport. But then when you take family and friends out of the scenario as well, now you're making a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And to do that camp in, camp out all the time, travelling down from Wales all the time for Joe's sort of experience, it takes a lot on your body.
Yeah, I was messaging him today. He said best of luck. He's having a operation at the moment. So yeah, hopefully he comes out all good and whatnot. I mean, I can see him. All the stuff that's going on behind the scenes at the moment, I'm sure he'll find his place. And he's too classy of a boxer not to. I think he's set to win something. And I do feel like, just on a commentary basis, that was a very unlucky slip of the punch when the ref stopped that.
100%.
It just wasn't right. It was like, I felt like he could have taken the breather, Joe. But I suppose when you're in that moment, it's like, I want to get this done, and I think he could have got that done. I think it's unfair. He's not getting another shot because he's such a slick boxer.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I believe he's a better boxer out of the two, but it's boxing. It's what we sign up for. As unfortunate as it is, it can't be changed now. Yeah. And I know, it's not that I believe, I know that Joe can come back and become a 3-time world champion.
Yeah.
And especially at a new weight class, it'll be even more impressive.
Yeah, I think he's got all the attributes. Like, there's no doubt about it. And is there a record he's going to set if he does become? It'd be like one of the youngest three-time world champions. I'm sure it's like a record in there. Don't quote me on that. I might have to edit that out later. Let's talk about your toughest fight. So far
in the pros,
any.
It's an awkward one. As an amateur, I always had my boogeyman, my bogeyman that I couldn't get past. I hit 4 national semi-finals in a row, and I just hit the post every time. Fighting against GB boxer Patrice Malguzzi. Unbelievable fighter, absolutely unbelievable. First time I fought him, I got told to go out there and have a war with him. And I took that a little bit too literally. I had 2 points off. He's tall, rangy, powerful. He's got a little bit of everything. He's class. Horrible little southpaw. That's the worst. But
we all hate them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I've been sparring this camp, getting used to it.
Right.
I'm enjoying it. But no, I boxed him 4 times. First 2 times were unanimous, then it was a 4-1 split, and the final time was a 3-2 split loss. So just hit the post every single time. But it wasn't my toughest fight in a sense that I was getting my head pinged off and things like that. It was just frustrating. He was just slick. He was making me miss. He was making me hesitate, making me think. But I'm going back a good few years now. I'm talking, I must have been 16 the last time I fought him.
Right, yeah.
But I've progressed a lot since then, and hopefully, if he turns professional, that'll happen in the future.
That was the question I was going to
Absolutely,
do.
yeah. Listen, I like him. I wish him all the best. He's a great fighter and a great person, and I admire the ways he's progressed through the amateurs. He's smashed it, really. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Can you switch southpaw?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah.
Right. Is that why you?
I could do anything.
Yeah. Mate, anything
like
you
that.
can, man.
Confidence.
Set
I
your
love
mind
that.
to it. But was that always something in your arsenal, or did that come with fighting against southpaws and switching? Because it's not in everybody's ability.
It's not that I switched southpaw against southpaws. Obviously, my next opponent's a southpaw.
Yeah.
So the whole camp, all we've been doing is fighting against southpaw fighters.
Yeah.
In sparring and things like that. But I used to, in the amateurs, I got 2 of my final knockouts boxing in southpaw. Mm-hmm. So me and my dad drilled it for months and months and months. It goes back to the fight between Manny Pacquiao and João Marquez.
Right, yeah.
Marquez being a southpaw, he just treads on Pacquiao's toes right at the last second of one of the rounds, and he drops that left down through the middle and buttons him. Yeah. And we drilled that. But I won't say southpaw for long. I'll tap away, just step back and then let the hands go. And if I see the opportunity whilst I'm in southpaw, I'll go for another phase, etc., etc.
Oh, mate, I see that as such a skill. If you can just flip it, like people that, have a go at it, you're thinking, what am I doing? You ain't got a clue. Yeah.
Is that the one where you hit him straight down the middle? And he was in the corner and you celebrated a bit?
I'm not too sure.
He was wearing blue shorts. I can't remember.
I wouldn't be able to remember. This is, again, going back a little while now.
This is in the amateurs?
This is in the amateurs,
okay.
yeah.
You hit someone with a left straight down the pipe.
Oh, that was just an orthodox jab. That was literally just a stiff jab. That was my last fight at the O2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 fights ago that was.
That was nice.
Well, the old O2 and all that now, I mean, it's obviously going in a bigger direction, right? Bless York Hall, what it does for young fighters, and, Bethnal Green in particular. We're an East London-based podcast, West Ham, West Ham boy.
Arsenal.
Yeah, man. Fighting in York Hall. I mean, what does that feel like? It's selling out something like York Hall for your fight.
Oh, it's incredible. Listen, York Hall's such an iconic venue. I dreamed of fighting there since I had my first amateur fight. I'm talking, 11, 12 years ago now.
Wow.
And to be able to fight there, there's not one bad seat in the house either. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how far away you are, whether you're standing seat, sitting at the balcony up top, every seat is a good seat. And whether you have 20 people or whether you have 500 people in the room, every voice echoes.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is incredible. I've always been good with nerves before a fight. I get 20 minutes of maybe butterflies, a bit of adrenaline rush before I walk out. And I walk out onto the stage and I hear every single voice from every corner of York Hall come out, and you soak it up. I box well with a little bit of pressure and I soak it up and I go, this is real now, this is happening, and I realise how far I've come and how many supporters I've got and how good of a fan base I've got.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you find it selling your own tickets?
It's stressful. It's stressful having to sell tickets. So a lot of the fights, don't get me wrong, the tickets aren't cheap, and you get some people, they want to come with a group of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, and it does get hard. It does get hard for them. But in regards to actually designating the tickets to certain people, especially with the O2, every ticket's an allocated seat now. So you get somebody call up a few weeks later, I'd like another ticket. Next thing you know, the tickets next to them are gone. So you've now got to try rewind it all, try work it all out and sort the situation out to work better for them. But I've had it sometimes. I'm running around the night before my fight still dropping tickets off. I've had it most times, in fact.
God, you don't need that, do you?
No, it's stressful. It's stressful.
You got a couple tickets going?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I might not be able to come because the baby is very ready to drop 17th, but
I'll try and pick up 2.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
No
definitely.
worries, I'll try and pick 2 up.
Thank you.
I mean, so I think it adds more though if you sell your own tickets.
Yeah.
I think people respect it more. You get more of a I mean, imagine someone's just working for you selling tickets. You know, you haven't grafted to get those people there, and I bet you're like, it adds something like, I'm going to please them.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the same thing again. I'd much rather, even if it's half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour out of the way, I'd rather drive to somebody's house and drop the ticket off in person, just as a bit of gratitude to say thank you, rather than send it to them in the post. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Sometimes, due to circumstances, I've got no option but to send it to them in the post. I've had to send tickets to people in Holland before from different countries.
Wow.
The support's getting like that now. But,
Trip to Amsterdam.
that's it. I know what I'd rather do. But yeah, I'd much rather turn up on their doorstep, shake their hand, say thank you for their support, and give them their ticket by hand. Yeah.
Kevin Mitchell was talking about. I know. Sorry, was you going to
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that? Sorry, you roll with that, Fabe.
No, that's all right.
We've got a little arrow thing here. We always go like that. But what I can't help sometimes is I'm a blabbermouth and just end up spilling out. But I was going to say, you know, Kev was selling tickets back when he was selling at, you know, Upton Park. I mean, that in itself, what a feat. But
Absolutely, yeah.
all right, you sell at the Bowl.
Yeah.
London Stadium, you're going to do that, or
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's the main stadium for me.
Yeah.
On top of Wembley, on top of Madison Square Garden, London Stadium's the one for me.
Not the Emirates, no?
No, London Stadium. London Stadium. Don't worry about the Emirates.
Has Kevin give you any like tips of how to sell and how to get more of a following?
Yeah, so what I'm doing already in regards to promote myself, on social media, I've promoted myself from a young age anyway, because I've always had aspirations of where I could be in the future. I've always looked beyond where I am now, and it's benefited me a lot. I know I haven't got the greatest following at the minute in regards to publicity-wise and things like that, but it is constantly growing. And the thing that I'm most grateful for is that the vast majority of the people who do follow and support me are local, and that's the reason that they support me. They want to support their local boxer, their local the local man getting punched in the face.
yeah, the local lad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm fairly well known around the area, and it's nice to be able to just pop out to the shops and somebody saying hello and things like that, and how have you been? But I think it's more impressive in my own eyes that I've managed to grow a local fan base than just a vast fan base from people all over the country, all around the world sort of thing. Starting local and building upwards is what I've admired the most, I think.
Well, like, this is going to sound a weird analogy to what you're saying, but bands that I have loved growing up watching over the years always started in the regions.
Yeah.
So if you look at Arctic Monkeys, they would go to all the regions, and especially, you know, their area, Sheffield and things like that, and they would just grow it, and then they would take that growth and they would move it across, you know, go to Leeds, and then they were wherever. And then bit by bit by bit, you got the regions, bang, all of a sudden you're selling out the Bowl.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
But that's the beauty of, like, going back to what you're saying, like, you're a West Ham fan and your dream is to sell out the London Stadium. Like, why, you know, good to you. And our fans are the sort of fan base that get behind one of their own. Yeah. I mean, you've seen it with Kevin. Our fan base just jump on it, don't they? Like, they just love because we're a bit of a rough and tumble team.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely, 100%. I do believe we've got one of the most loyal fan bases. Sorry, in the country.
Yeah, that's all right. You can say what you like.
See, I've heard it all in here already, man.
I was ganged up the other day by had a couple of Arsenal fans in, didn't we? And it's like, it feels horrible when you're in your West Ham pub and all that.
Was that before or after the game the other day?
Oh yeah, it was before. It's before.
I told you. Did you see me when I did that? I was like, please don't.
Do you go to the games?
As much as I can do, yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, it will be the Sunday games and things like that. During the week, I struggle getting to them. But if I can find a time, I'll always grab a ticket to the games. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a funny season. I don't like time stamping, but we're obviously going to talk about Arsenal West Ham. I mean, what a lovely, beautiful game that was. What a good result. Jared Bowen, he always scores against you, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Last 2 appearances, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm very silent right now, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, obviously you're going to keep wearing the claret and blue shorts then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I do like the tilt of the hat, the blue and the yellow though, to Lomachenko. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was not just that. I did genuinely like the colours as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the claret and blue is more of a meaningful kit to me.
Yeah, definitely.